May December is the brand new Netflix film that just hit the service a week ago after premiering at Cannes Film Festival months ago. This film is directed by Todd Haynes and stars Natalie Portman as Elizabeth. Elizabeth is an actress who is scouting on the person that she will be playing in her upcoming independent film. That person is Gracie, who is played by Julianne Moore, who is famous for 24 years before the movie took place. She went to prison for being in a romantic and sexual relationship with a 13-year-old seventh grader who turned out to be Joe, older Joe, played by Charles Melton. 24 years later, after that original case, Gracie and Joe have a family together. As more is discovered, Joe is questioning this seduction from Gracie for 25 years. Is Elizabeth here to expose this, to hide what happened here, and all of these things going on in the movie? The film is 1 hour and 57 minutes and is rated R. Welcome back to a brand new movie review here on Max Talk. We're talking about the highly anticipated award film May December. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, ring the bell if you're new. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, movie rankings, and every Monday, my box office breakdown show. So please subscribe, ring the bell if you're new to the channel. Comment down below. First of all, have you seen May December? Did you like it? Did you not like it? If you've seen the movie, what do you think should be nominated as we head into awards season in the next month or two? And if you have not seen it, tell me why you're not going to see this. Are you waiting to see if this movie actually gets nominations for you to watch it? Let me know in the comment section. I'd love to have fun discussion with you guys. And also, please like the video. The thumbs up button is how you support this channel. So I was definitely not excited to watch this movie. While I am a big awards, one of my favorite things to do in ever, especially with movies, has been awards season, watching all of the movies that will be nominated. And you'll see over the next month or two that I'll be watching pretty much all of the films that will be heavy favorites in awards season. So that's why the only reason why I was interested in watching this movie. I like the cast, but I was definitely had no idea what the plot was heading into this movie. It's one of those rare movies that I like to tell you guys about, when I had no idea what the plot was going into the movie. I literally just saw the poster of Portman and Moore together, and that's kind of all I knew. So I was very much blind, didn't see a trailer. So this movie is a very interesting watch because it is definitely not going to be for everyone. It is very slow. It's a thinking type of movie. It's very much a slow burn when you learn about revelations, not just about characters, but revelations about what characters' personalities are like and the way they go about themselves. And this is one of the most fascinating movies that I've seen all year long, where this type of plot is something you don't really see. You obviously will see movies and shows where there is an older, a very much age difference scandal that happens in movies and shows. I literally watched a show a couple years ago with Kate Mara that was called A Teacher, where she was sleeping with her high school student. This time it's a 36-year-old woman who slept with a 13-year-old boy in middle school, who was friends with one of her kids, her child's friend. And that is really deep and interesting, because when you watch the movie originally, you're not really sure what is going on, especially the first 15, 20 minutes, because you have this actress who's going there to interview Julianne Moore, and then things begin to uncover that she had been slept with a seventh grader. And this movie is it's oddly not moving, but really emotionally resonant. And I found to be very much the strongest part of the movie was Joe's character, is played by Charles Melton. Charles Melton is a guy who I've seen in things, but very much in the comedy department, never taken himself seriously. I think he's very, very famously known for Riverdale, but I've even seen him in Bad Boys for Life and other things, where he's very much there for the comedic effect. And while he is acting opposed to all-time actors who are terrific, I'll get to them in a second, I do believe that Charles Melton is the MVP of this movie and should be recognized during awards season. He is phenomenal in this movie. He brings himself an unsureness and insecureness of just this whole situation. And there's a really moving scene that takes place with him. I think he was walking around the beach area with Natalie Portman's character, and you kind of hear his perspective on the relationship and how I don't want to get into why the romance happened and stuff, but it's really moving. And I think a lot of kids can, well, obviously they're not seduced and a lot of kids aren't abused. There are plenty of kids who are. And I think a lot of them feel this way where they're not seen by anyone. And this person comes along and uses that against them. And Joe, the whole movie has this really beautiful character arc of he's very much a father still. He's a very young father. He's having kids go to college. He's about to become an empty nester. And there's a mixture of him being a father and trying to be a good person for both Gracie and his kids, but also realizing that Gracie has basically ruined his life without him really realizing that for 25 years. And it's a really memorable performance. It's one of the best performances I've seen this year. He has really great one-on-one scenes that are probably the two best scenes in the movie, where I just said he breaks down how he felt about the relationship 25 years ago with Natalie Portman. And then when he kind of just leaves it all out there for Julianne Moore's character in the bed, those are two fantastic scenes. And they're easily two scenes that they should be playing for him throughout awards season. It's truly a moving performance that, yes, these two leads maybe don't have as much emotion because you have one that's an actress and one that is the abuser in this situation. But obviously he gets the role of being the victim, but it's the performance, even beyond the script, that really takes you inside of his head. And I was really impressed by Charles Melton in this movie. Now, also, both lead performances, of course, are excellent. Natalie Portman is great in this movie because she is playing an actress. Obviously, she is an actress. And one of the more complex things about her character is that you don't know if she's trying to exploit the situation, if she's trying to truthfully tell the story. Again, all of these three leads are all very complex. I think I was shocked about how complex Elizabeth was as a character. And Portman is the lead of the movie. I know that the promotions, but it's both of them, but she truly is the lead character of the movie. And we're learning this because she is the one asking questions to people. And Portman's great. Julianne Moore, of course, is fantastic. Her duality of sometimes acting like that, she's a very much not a great in the head, let's just say, this character. And Gracie puts herself in a situation where she just believes that she's the victim in every situation, that her life is great. She just fell in love with a 13-year-old. And why would that not be okay? And the way that she, without even people noticing, just using her manipulative tactics, even on her own kids, was jarring. And Julianne Moore brings both the really, you could tell that she could be a good person in there, and then there's times she brings that really bad person out to play. And it's a truly another just complex performance. And Julianne Moore is great. Now, another part of the movie, of course, is the script and the structure of the movie, because the only reason why this movie turns out to be as really good as it is because you get three totally different perspectives on the situation. You have the victim, you have the abuser, and you have an actress who's trying to play, this awful person. And usually in these movies, you have a cop who's investigating and that becomes the main character. But because it's a movie actress, this movie has a different feel to it because she's also a very flawed person. And I think that it adds so much to the movie. The direction is really good. The sets, it's a very beautiful movie from Todd Haynes. But overall, it's a very much performance-led movie. And the three performances are excellent. Now, the one negative that I'll say is that I think we take a bit too long to get into Joe's situation. The first half of the movie, I was saying to myself, this is interesting, but they should be focusing more on Joe because he is the victim. And I think if the movie becomes too much of a dreadful watch, if we're just watching us investigate Gracie. Now, around like the halfway point of the movie, Joe becomes like the center focus, and that's when the movie becomes really fantastic. I think the movie does, from a writing perspective, take us way too long to get into Joe's thought process, and at least the first 45 minutes of the movie, too bleak. And I was not on board for the first 45 minutes of the movie, but the last hour or so, I think, are brilliant. From acting, obviously, and us getting into Joe's emotional story, that is the most important part of the movie. And I just really, that's my main issue with the movie. There's also a lot of other side characters that just don't really I wish we could get more screen time actually with Gracie's actual kids, Gracie and Joe's kids. They're in the movie, but you don't really get a strong opinion on how they feel about being kids to kind of a scandal. And I wish we got more of a perspective on actually the kids. But again, this movie I thought was quite excellent. 3 performances that could easily be nominated during award season, but I do want to mention how good Charles Melton is, and for me, is the MVP of this movie. But overall, I'm going to give May December a 4 out of 5 stars. I'm going to go 80% for May December. A real excellent movie that I think you guys should check out that should be in the running during awards seasons. That's my thoughts on May December. What are your thoughts in the comment section down below? And I'll talk to you guys soon.